Hey guys, No Nonsense Know-How. Today I want to talk about deck rope or landscaping rope. Two different types, Pro Manila and natural organic Manila. I've had 2 years experience with each of them and I would like to share my thoughts. Doing a little deck maintenance today, so I figured perfect time, shoot a little video. Anyway, so right off the rip, the organic, I think it looks nicer, has a better feel to it. It's a little bit lighter, looks natural, and some of the downsides, it's also cheaper. Some of the downsides though, it tends to get mold on it if you live in a high mold content area. This rope right here was on, I actually replaced it with the Pro Manila, which we'll go to in a second, but I had this on there for about 2 years on the deck, and then, you know, it started getting black mold all over it. I guess I just live in a really high mold area, I don't know, but I cleaned it off once. Treated it with some stuff that was supposed to prevent it. Came back, you know, I said, all right, screw that. I called the company. They said that the Pro Manila won't do that. Anyway, some of the other downsides to this natural fiber Manila is that it will, when it gets wet, it shrinks down quite a bit. So I made the mistake when I put these on here. You're actually supposed to wet it first, because I put them on and then it actually shrunk and pulled back through. It'll shrink by about 10%. So there's that, because, you know, as it dries out, you know, it will sag down, and some people don't mind that. But anyway, the Pro Manila synthetic materials, you can see 2 years later, I'm not happy with its performance at all. The sun has rotted it away. They said that it was supposed to be sun resistant, but I don't know why I even believed that. You see all these fibers everywhere, because look at how small the fibers are on this. Obviously the sun's going to rot this plastic apart as it dries it out. If you look at the bottom, looks like new. So if you're putting this stuff in the sun, stick with the natural Manila. I'd rather have a little bit of mold on there than this stuff. So I'm actually going to be replacing this soon. I found an old factory that is going to be parting some things out, and they have this 1-inch thick galvanized cable. So I'm thinking about overkilling it and using that and kind of get a pretty cool look, but only because I already have the 1-inch holes. So anyway, going back to the ropes here, when this stuff is new, the Pro Manila or UnManila, it's called too, it looks great. It looks awesome. And when this stuff's new, it looks great too. But, you know, as you can see, it does mold up. So I guess the main question here is, it really depends on where you're putting it. If you're putting it in the sunlight, don't use this, as you can see from my example. If you're in a high mold area, don't use this. So my advice would be come up with another option, because I don't like doing things twice. So anyway, I just wanted to share my experience and show you. I mean, this is untouched over here, and you can see how ugly it is. I mean, when you rub over this with your arm too, it doesn't feel good, trust me. It doesn't cut you, but you can just see all that flaking off like that. So anyway, Pro Manila, not so much for the sun anyway. But otherwise, you know, some of the other benefits are that it doesn't stretch out. I mean, once you make it tight, it stays right where you put it, so that's nice. But I don't know, it's an inferior product in my opinion. It's plastic, doesn't last a lifetime, and I wouldn't use it unless, of course, it's in the shade or inside. So anyway, give it a thumbs up if it helped you out. I figured I'd just kind of share my experience, because now I'm going to be replacing this rope again for the 3rd time, so kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. I'm also going to be redoing these footers, because the guy who made this deck didn't do them properly and they're rotting out. So anyway, thumbs up if you liked it, and I appreciate that, guys. Have a good day.